I've been wandering these American streets long enough to know one thing for sure. People here ain't scared of shadows, ain't scared of ghosts, ain't scared of the dark. They're scared of that damn mailbox. They're scared of the moment they pull the door open and a little white envelope tells them their whole life is on fire again. And the night I saw Liam standing there outside his beat-up trailer, hoodie up, raincoat half unzipped, hands shaking like his soul was slipping out, yeah, I knew money had him by the throat. He pulled out a stack of envelopes. One was red, the color humans fear more than blood. "Please," he whispered, "don't be what I think you are." He ripped it open. Late rent. Final notice. Pay by Friday or get out. He let out this broken laugh. The kind of laugh a man makes when hope just quietly walks out the door. "Damn," he muttered. "Of course, a freaking course." I tilted my head. I'm just a stray dog sleeping behind diners and under broken streetlights, but I know money better than most humans do. Money ain't paper. Money is a damn shadow. And tonight, that shadow wrapped both hands around Liam's neck. Inside his trailer, he dropped the envelopes on the wobbly table. The fridge hummed like it was complaining, too. The faucet dripped. The microwave clock blinked 11:48 p.m. He had to be at the Amazon hub by 6. He opened the fridge. Half a gallon of milk, a couple eggs, cheap salsa. "Well," he sighed. "Breakfast for dinner, again." His phone buzzed. Credit card due. Minimum payment higher than his bank balance. Another buzz. His boys planning a Vegas trip. Laugh emojis, bottles, lights, good times. He shut his phone so fast you'd think it burned his hand. "Must be nice," he said into the emptiness. I slipped through the half-open door and curled up by the mat. "Oh, you again," he sighed, rubbing my head. "You hungry, buddy? Joke's on you. I can barely feed myself." "You're feeding the wrong monster," I wanted to say, but humans don't hear wisdom until the fear is screaming in their skull. He ate standing up, scrolling through that cursed banking app. Paycheck in, bills out, overdraft fee, repeat, repeat, repeat. "How the hell am I working 6 days a week and still broke?" he whispered. "Because nobody taught you the real equation," I thought. Nobody taught you how the game really works. The town went dead quiet that night. Then the rain came, soft at first, then pounding. Every drop hit the roof like a reminder. You messed up, kid. Liam lay awake, eyes wide. And that's when the footsteps started. Not footsteps in the hallway. Footsteps in his head, heavy boots stomping through his memories, kicking open doors, dragging out every ugly decision he ever made. The car he financed because he wanted to feel successful. The takeout he bought because he was tired. The gadgets he thought would make him happy. The clothes he thought would make him look less broke. Swipe after swipe, cut after cut, bleeding his paycheck dry. "Stop," he whispered. "Just stop, man." Thunder rolled. Headlights crawled across the wall like spiders. Numbers from his bills seemed to slither in the shadows. "I can't keep living like this," he whispered, voice cracking. I jumped on the bed, settled by his feet. He stared at me through wet eyes. "You ever worry about money, dog?" "More than you think," I answered silently. "Just not the same way you do." He let out a tired laugh. "Feels like money's hunting me, like it's right behind me, breathing on my neck." "Because you're running in circles," I told him, "not forward." In that half-dream state where men finally tell themselves the truth, he heard me. "Maybe it's not hunting you," I said. "Maybe you're feeding it." "What? What the hell?" "You feed it every time you trade your time for nothing. Every time you buy something to feel good for 5 damn minutes. Every time you look away from the numbers because they punch you in the chest. Money is a mirror, kid. You're scared of your reflection." "So I'm just stupid?" he whispered. "No, just untrained. Time into skills, skills into value, value into money, money into freedom. That's the real equation." He sat up, heart thumping with the thunder. "Sounds fake," he whispered. "So does working yourself into the grave and staying broke forever," I said. He let out a soft ouch, then actually laughed. "All right, yeah, fair." The next night, he didn't turn the TV on. He cooked cheap pasta, sat down, and dumped every bill and statement he owned onto the table, hands shaking, breathing uneven. "Okay," he muttered. "Show me how ugly it really is." He added the numbers. His stomach dropped. "Wow," he whispered. "I did this to myself." "Not alone, but yeah, you signed the papers." He circled the smallest debt. "You're first," he said like it was a duel. The next weeks were quiet warfare. Takeout? Dead. Gas station snacks? Dead. Random Amazon buys? Dead. Subscriptions he forgot existed? Dead. Every time he hovered over buy now, I whispered, "You want out more." He closed the app with a groan. He tracked every dollar, picked up extra routes, helped an old mechanic on weekends, learned skills instead of drowning in bills. One morning, he paid off his first debt entirely. Screen flashed, balance, $0. He sat back, stunned. No way. I actually did it. You starved it, I told him. Months passed. His emergency fund jar filled up. His fridge wasn't empty. His mind wasn't sinking. Money wasn't chasing him anymore. One coworker complained, "Bro, this country's rigged. We're all screwed." Liam wiped sweat and said, "Yeah, but no one taught us the rules. We weren't supposed to win playing blind." Later, walking through the quiet trailer park, he said, "I'm not rich. Not yet. But look behind you." He saw the monsters, overdue bills, late fees, bad habits, all smaller now, some already dead. "They're not chasing me," he whispered, "because you faced them." "What is money, really?" he asked. "A tool, a test, a mirror. The monster was never money. It was your fear of looking at it." He walked forward, shoulders steady. "What now?" he whispered. "Now you keep going. Build skill, build value, protect what you earn. Teach someone else when they're ready. And remember, you started with almost nothing except the guts to finally turn on the damn light. And if you, listening to this from some tired paycheck or tiny apartment, feel that same monster breathing on your neck, just know, you can turn around too. The day you stop running is the day you start hunting your own freedom, and trust me, I'll be right there in the quiet, tail-thumping, thinking, hell yeah, another human who finally figured out the untold truth about money.
I've been wandering these American streets long enough to know one thing for sure.
People aren't scared of shadows,
They're scared of stepping into the truth.
but once they do,
They see the monster was never money. It was the fear of facing it.